In this video, we will talk about AI, artificial intelligence. To be more specific, we will talk about tools which exist and which Amazon sellers could use in their business. And we have a great guest today. It's Gary Huang. Hello, Gary.
Augustus, how are you?
Good, good.
Hello,
I'm good.
everyone.
I hope you're good as well. And Gary is putting up some interesting virtual event where his experts will talk a lot about AI. And he agreed to share with us to give 10 tools, right? We will talk about 10 tools which can be very useful for Amazon sellers to use in different processes of their business. So, yeah, Gary, let us know a little bit your background very, very quickly, and I think we will go straight to the content afterwards.
Yes, so I'm currently based in Japan. I've been an Amazon seller since about 2016. And besides running the Seven Figure Seller Summit, I've been using AI extensively in the past couple of years. And I think the challenge right now is there's so many different tools out there. There's like hundreds of new ones popping up every day. The challenge is knowing which ones actually work, especially for e-commerce and Amazon sellers. So I've been doing this and I've interviewed several dozen Amazon sellers, AI experts, from last year to this year. So we've seen some changes. So we're going to go through the top 10 AI tools that Amazon sellers can use in their business to save time, to grow their business, to be more productive, and to succeed right now in 2024.
Perfect. So yeah, while Gary is preparing his slides, I wanted to say that at any point, if you enjoy this content, which you will hear in this session, don't forget to hit like and subscribe below this video. Let me play you the small animation. And you will also find the link below to that event, Seven Figure Seller Summit, which Gary mentioned. We will talk a little bit more about it a little bit later towards the end of this video. And now I think we're ready to go to the content. Let's not waste the time.
Let's do it.
So let's do it.
Okay, so today we're going to maximize your Amazon success with the AI tools, really to grow, scale, optimize your Amazon business. Okay, why use AI for Amazon? I think right now, the whole ecosystem is changing. Even Amazon themselves, as some of you guys have seen, with Rufus and Cosmo, Amazon is changing their ranking. They're going from the old way is purely keyword SEO based, but now Amazon is using AI themselves to develop your listings. So if you're not using AI, if you're not really optimizing your listing for AI, you're going to be left behind. We've even seen some nightmare scenarios like Amazon. They're optimizing sellers' listing without their consent. And sometimes Amazon's AI, they make a mistake. They actually put in like your competitor's brand name, and then your listing gets taken down, it gets suspended. So, I mean, if you don't fill out those fields, with AI, you're going to be left behind. So it's very important right now, not only, to use AI tools, but to recognize that Amazon, Seller Central, they're implementing AI changes. I'm sure Augustus has had previous speakers talking about Cosmo and Rufus as well. So, I mean, AI is everywhere. And the advantage right now is, number one, it can save you a lot of time. There's a lot of tedious tasks that everyone knows, like going through Amazon, creating listings, going through reviews. We'll walk through a couple of tools to go through that. There's also ways to increase profit and also to scale your business. And also some really cool AI tools that you can use for to create videos, to create like new sponsor brands content. Okay, so we'll get through as many as we can. Okay,
Yeah,
are you
let's do it.
ready,
Yes,
Augustus?
of
Okay, let's
course.
do it. Okay, the number one. So the first tool I like to share is one of our old friends, Helium 10. But one of the new things that they have on offer is their review insights. And then basically what this does is, the old way when you're doing product research, and Augustus, I'm sure you're very familiar, we would look at our competitors, we would go through all of their reviews. So if they have like 1,000 reviews, we would go through them and look for the most common, the weaknesses, the most common customer complaints. And the old way, when I was doing this in like 2016, 17, 18, and this would take hours, it could take days. You put everything into an Excel. But the cool thing now is tools like Helium 10, they have the review insights, so they can quickly let you you can go on your competitor's listing, you can instantly download with just one click all of their reviews into a CSV file, as you can see here. And then you can put this into a Google Sheet, and then you can use Helium 10, their internal AI, or what I like to do is I upload it into ChatGPT. So this is a combo. So the first tool is Helium 10 to download all of your review insights, so you can get all the full reviews, and that's where the super valuable information is, guys, because you can look at all of the competitors' weaknesses, all of their problems, and then tool 2, you use ChatGPT, you can analyze the review. So like it can go through a spreadsheet with 1,000 reviews in just like a minute. It can tell you all of the top problems. So if you want to do product development, it's so fast. And then another cool thing is you can actually create a customer avatar. So nowadays on Amazon, it's not enough to just have like the lowest price, the most optimistic listing. You have to be able to know your customer avatar. This way you can really target their pain points. And this is one of the best ways that you can increase your price, right? Because if you think about it, think about like the different like the water, like the drinking water that you guys buy, you can buy like the local, like the supermarket brands. Maybe it's like 50 cents to $1 per bottle, but they have also the same, it's water. You have Evian, you have Perrier, it's going to be like $3-4 a bottle. Essentially it's the same thing, but why can they sell it for so much more? It's because of the branding. It's because they know the customer avatar. They're going after the premium, the customer. So you can do the same thing using tools like AI and ChatGPT. So that's the first two, the Helium 10, the review insights. You can download that very quick, and then you can do all sorts of data analysis. And traditionally, you would have to pay customer market research companies to do this, but now everybody can do this with tools like Helium 10 insights, review insights, and ChatGPT.
And Gary, do you know if the tool by Helium 10 is available in the free version, or you have to be?
That's a good question. I know, as you can see here in the screenshot, it's under the Chrome extension as Review Insights. I have the paid version. I'm not sure. If anyone is listening now or watching right now, if you want to go in, if you have the free version, let us know. But definitely, it could be worth to pay for just 1 month. If you're in the product research review stage, just get 1 month or get a trial. I'm sure Augustus has a special offer for you guys. You pull the data, and then once you're done, you can cancel it, right?
Okay.
So definitely this is a good way for your review. Save you a ton of time, guys. A ton of time.
All right. Okay. So this was review analysis and 2 tools. ChatGPT, everybody knows, but yeah.
Yes, ChatGPT. Yeah, but now, last year it was harder, but now you can upload Excel sheets, you can upload images, you can upload pictures. It can read now. So it's, AI has been changing so much just in the past year. I call it AI 2.0 now. It's gotten a lot better and faster. Okay. Should we keep going?
Yes. Let's do the next one.
Okay, so next I want to cover listing optimization. There's two tools that I want to go share with you guys. The first tool is Data Dive. Data Dive, as you know, by Brandon Young. This is one of the leading, deep keyword analysis, competitor insights, and his tool is really good for listing optimization because you can get very granular with the keyword research and identify those gaps, especially. So I feel like Data Dive is more advanced tool for a more advanced seller to get deeper, more in-depth analysis, and they can really build out the listing fully optimized to make sure not only is it optimized, but also it reads very well, right? It's not just keyword stuffing. And one of the other cool new tools that I heard about recently is Listify by Andrew Erickson. So Listify is actually what they call a GPT. I don't know if Augustus, you're familiar with that. This is like a custom GPT that sits within ChatGPT. So it's almost like, it's like the App Store, like if you're on Apple or Android, it's the App Store, and then you can create cool apps. So Andrew Erickson, his Listify app, it's specially made and trained. It's trained on all of the Amazon terms of service, ways to do SEO ranking. So you can use that to create an optimized listing very quickly. And there's prompts already built in. So you don't have to worry about the prompts. It'll ask you questions about your listing, and you can really do it to generate very high converting listings. So ultimately, the gain for sellers is you can make your listing the most optimized one in your niche, and also it can save you time, because like the old way, before AI, we would have to like kind of scratch our heads, think of the best way. You have that keyword list, you're trying to like fit it into the title, into the bullets, and not everyone is a great writer. I don't know about you, Augustus, but sometimes you get stuck. It could take you hours and it could take you days, but now like you can do this in minutes, so save you a ton of time. These two listing optimization tools.
Perfect. Great combinations. In terms of writing, yeah, I struggle all the time, and it's a big help, these AI tools which pop up. Of course, you need to know how to use them. In the recent in-person conference in Prague, we had a AI expert panel discussion round, a session, and one of them was Anthony Lee, and he saw we called the session "Unlock the Power of AI," and he says, "Oh, this is made with the AI, because unlock is usually a very usual word.
Unleash the harness, the power, harness the power." Yeah,
yeah. I felt so embarrassed because I personally made this title with
I mean, it spits out the generic prompt, like the generic copywriting first, but you have to work with it, Augustus. It's almost like you think of it as like a human, like maybe it's like your new team member, and you have to guide him or her. You have to show him good examples and what your audience likes, and it's I call it like a seesaw. Like on the playground, it's like you're going back and forth. Make the language a little like like for a sixth grader. Make the sentences shorter. Like don't use like salesy language, and you give it an example, right? Like feed it an example. What I like to do is sometimes I'll copy and paste like an example of a really good optimized listing, and then I tell it, this is an example of an optimized listing, and it's good because of this, and this. Now use that as a guideline to create fully optimized listing for my product, and then you will get better results. You really have to guide it along like a real person. That's one of the keys I'm seeing. All right,
Gary, we have a question from Michael. Do you have a website for Listify?
If you go into the go into ChatGPT, right, and then click on the GPT button.
Click on the GPT button. Custom GPTs.
Yeah, it's a custom GPT. Just go there. Yeah, I think pretty much everybody knows the custom GPT. Think of it as the app store for ChatGPT. There's a lot of customized stuff you can do, like create logos. You can even do like slide presentations. Stuff like that. I didn't use AI to do a slide presentation, but you probably could do that.
Yeah, I think if I just went to ChatGPT and I see Listify AI by Andrew Erickson, and you will find
that's the one. If someone wants to drop the link, then there you go. And shout out to Andrew Erickson. He's competing in our AI hacks contest tomorrow. If you want to learn more, he's our reigning champ. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. Next one.
Okay, let's go. Next one is for image creation, for optimization. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about product lifestyle images for your Amazon product. So for example, one of the kites I'm selling is a kite, right? Like think of it, one of those rainbow kites you fly at the beach, right? So if I want to create like a product, like a lifestyle image for my Amazon listing for this kite, the old way is I went to the beach. I drove to the beach. I brought the kite. I had to wait for a nice day. If it's like cloudy or if there's, it's rainy, I can't do it, right? And then I have to make sure the wind is right and someone has to position it properly, and I have to get someone to fly the kite. So literally it takes a lot of time. Or if you hire like a professional, you got to send your product to the marketing agency, and they have to find a model, and they have to like rent out like a set. It's going to take a lot of money, hundreds, thousands of dollars, weeks of time. The new way now, tools like Ecomtent, the cool thing is they can put your actual product, they can put that kite into a beach, they can put it on a park, and then it will look right without hallucinating, right? Like previously, like even last year, we're seeing a lot of image hallucinations, meaning like, I have like a triangle kite, right? I upload it into, I previously I would ask ChatGPT or ask Midjourney to create something, and then and it spat out like a square kite or like a diamond kite, right? It didn't look right. But now with tools like Ecomtent, you can create more accurate product lifestyle images, And then this way, I mean, it saves you money, and then it's faster. It saves you time to create that. It could potentially increase your conversion rates. Okay. There's the other image creation tool right now, Midjourney. They've made a lot of jumps, a lot of advances going to Midjourney 6. So the quality is even better, super realistic. You can really stand out, quality visuals. Although there are still some weaknesses though. It's not perfect. It's not good with text. If you try to have something like with writing on it, I'll show an example in just 1 second. It will oftentimes misspell it. And then it's also not good with fingers. Like AI is not good with fingers. But you know what? If you look at the traditional artists, even like Leonardo da Vinci, right? Like, you know, back in the Renaissance European era, like these famous painters, the fingers were actually the hardest part of the body to paint. So the fact that AI, like Midjourney, it still struggles. I mean, it's a learning curve, guys. So just like people, like not everyone immediately can become like a prodigy, like a genius, like you know Leonardo da Vinci. AI is on the way, but we're seeing a lot of jumps. I think another cool thing about Midjourney is very good quality, but there's still a lot of like prompting. Like you have to know the structure, the language, like the exposure. There's a lot of like codes that you have to know. I also like DALL-E. Okay, sorry, I jumped very quickly. Tool number 5 is Ecomtent for images. Tool number 6 is Midjourney, also for image creation optimization. Midjourney is not as good if you want to put a particular product into a lifestyle photo. There is hallucinations. It will not be accurate, but it is very strong because it creates super realistic images, like actual faces that look like, you know, the real people. DALL-E is kind of in between because DALL-E is built into ChatGPT. So if you're using GPT 4.0 or 4.0, you can literally just plain language tell ChatGPT exactly what you want. So you can say, create an image of a father and son on the beach flying a triangular rainbow kite. It's a sunny day with clouds. Make the kite, you know, very beautiful in the sunlight. Just plain language, like you're talking to a graphics person, right? That's the advantage of DALL-E. Okay, but I think the key, guys, is something that a lot of people overlook because they try to do everything into AI. Like either they don't touch AI or they try to do everything in AI. But actually, what we're seeing, like the successful people, they do a hybrid model. Okay, they do a hybrid model. So I call it VA plus AI. So you have AI generate the image, and then you know what. This is an example. So for our 7-figure seller summit, I asked ChatGPT DALL-E, right? The tool number 7, right? To create the image, the first image. The first image, actually, I don't have it here, but summit was misspelled. Free pass is misspelled. And you can see there's still some like distortion here, right? You can see here, like this doesn't make sense, right? Because the raw data from AI, no matter how many times you prompt it, it still struggles with text. But the key, guys, is to combine AI with VAs, right? So if you have a graphics editor VA, then what I ask them to do is tell them to clean it up, right? To clean up the text, make sure the spelling is right. And also like for here, we would like them to put our full website on instead. So if you think about it, it's almost like when a pilot flies like a plane, right? So if you're going from like New York to LA, right? It's like a 6-hour flight. There's no plane that's going to fly on autopilot 100% of the time, right? Because the human pilot, they have to step in, you know, take off, landing, they take the steering wheel, right? During like rough conditions, turbulence or emergency, that's when the human steps in, right? So you can see it's a combination, right? So the same thing with AI. I find that's one of the best practices. It has to be a combination. You can't expect AI at this point to do everything for you, but it can do maybe 80% of the work. And that saves you a lot of time. And then you come in either yourself or you can have a VA to handle that, the finishing touch to get the good result. Okay, so that's
Cool.
tool number 8. Okay.
Yes, I think it's important to clean up because immediately you can see that this image is with AI. And sometimes
Yeah.
when you can see obvious AI generation, for me, it kind of decreases the value. Like I'm thinking, okay, this guy maybe didn't put effort to to kind of to clean up all these kind of noises and incorrect
You're
spelling.
talking about me, right?
But many people now, when they use these generated images, it feels like they just click the button and that's it. But in your case, some small tiny, I don't know if there was already some edits made, but
they made some edits. This is not the finished version. This is like the first draft, second draft version. Like the finished one, it should have the full on website. So you can see, I wanted to show you it's not perfect, right? This is a work in progress, but that's how that's how it's made, guys. That's how we're at. I mean, it still saves a lot of time. If I ask my graphics editor to create this image from scratch, it could take them like maybe half a day or 1 day. But the AI, it would spat out this image in like 30 seconds. And then the graphics editor, he cleaned it up maybe in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We're done in less than an hour. You save like 4 or 5 hours of work, right? And then a lot of money too. I mean, I only paid for like 20 minutes of work, right? So that's time and cost savings. And you can create almost anything you want. So so that's number 8. Okay.
All right. Let's move on to the last few. And then we'll talk about the main event we want to bring you up.
Okay. Tool number 9 is a tool that I use for technical support. Okay. Sometimes I might get stuck and let's say I'm trying to with my email, like maybe with like email service provider, I'm trying to create some integrations, some automations. Find.com, PHIND.com is really good for AI powered technical support. So oftentimes I search this instead of Google because it will give you a very detailed example of like step-by-step process of how to do something. And the cool part is it also has the sources, the source text. So it literally, if you want to find out more, you can go directly to the source website, because like tools like ChatGPT, you can prompt it, but it's not going to give you the citations of the original source. Okay, so this one is good for just general like technical support, technical assistance. PHIND.com.
As an Amazon seller, in what cases you would use it?
I mean, like sometimes if you're trying out like new software or new apps, or it's a complementary service, because even though we're selling on Amazon, maybe we're using email software, right? Or maybe we're trying to do something on Photoshop, right? Or even like literally anytime you have a struggle, or even like sometimes sending out email within Gmail, I want to change a setting like for my like account and like the signature, like give me the step by step. I find it's better than just your regular tech support. Okay, so PHIND.com.
All right.
Quick solutions. Yeah.
Thank you.
And number 10, I mean, I have more. Number 10 is Opus AI. This is really cool to create video snippets, like for TikTok, for Instagram Reels, for social media. So it can create the snippets. Like if you have a longer video, it can create short videos. And then it's really good to create content like this. And I can give a quick example. I actually have a tab open here. And so this is an example of, let's say, we had a hacks contest, and like we had like a 40-minute video, and literally you can just use Opus to just clip the video. Like it literally, you upload the video and then it would automatically find like 10 or 11 different snippets. Not all of them are going to be great, but a couple of them will be good. So like something like this.
We don't hear the sound, but
do you hear sound?
No,
okay.
no
I'm
sound.
not,
but
I'm not sure.
We see the subtitles, the captions.
Yeah, you see the subtitle.
So basically it automatically creates the captions. It makes all these colors. You don't need to do any animation, and it cuts into a vertical kind of format.
Yeah, it cuts into vertical. You can edit it. There's a video editor. You can chop it up, but it does like maybe 95% of the work for you. And like sometimes like your video editor, they'll ask you, where do you want to cut? Where do you want to chop? I mean, this thing, it just analyzes the entire transcript, and then it uses AI pick the right section. Opus Clip is actually powered by OpenAI, like the same company that made ChatGPT. So they have very smart AI behind it. Okay, so that's number 10, guys.
And it would be perfect probably for Amazon sellers who want to produce content about their brand on social media, I think.
Exactly. If you want to produce content for your brand, or even if you have like it can create B-roll as well. You guys know what B-roll is?
I know it's but yeah, basically when you have a secondary kind of footage which covers up some talks or cuts.
Yeah. So it can, if you want to have like that kite on the beach and maybe like go into like the ocean with like the sun sparkling on it, it can create that. So it can pull out like B-roll as well to complement your video. So you can get very creative, and it's very affordable. It's much cheaper than hiring a designer or like building on a full video, and save you a lot of time as well. So this way you can create more social media content for your brand. Amazon.
Michelle is asking, are most of these services you mentioned paid, and what are the free tools? So ChatGPT you can use for free, of course, like let's say Words version. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
For example,
but
image
GPT 4.0,
generation.
GPT 4.0 now, they have limited use for free. So you can use it for free, but not as much as the paid version. Midjourney now is paid. Opus AI, it is paid, but they have a free trial. I think you can get like a couple hours for free, so you can test it out. And let me see. Find.com is free. VAs are not free, obviously. DALL-E is built into ChatGPT, so if you get the free version, it's free. But 3.5 is much worse than 4.0. I do not recommend 3.5. A lot of people, I think I read somewhere like 90% of the people have never used ChatGPT 4.0. It's like they did a study. ChatGPT 4.0, it can pass like the bar exam to become a lawyer, but GPT 3.5 is not that level yet. So if you're using only 3.5, you're not getting the full effect. So I highly recommend use 4.0 at least. Use the latest version. Ecomtent is paid. Listify GPT, I believe, I have to double check. I believe they have a freemium version. Data Dive is paid. ChatGPT Recover and Helium 10, it is paid, but they do have some free use out of it. Opus AI is paid. There's a free trial. Yeah.
I wonder how Listify can charge you, but when you open, you can open Listify AI only if you have paid ChatGPT version, I think, because if you don't pay, you don't have access to these custom ChatGPTs, GPTs. And Listify is created by one of the Amazon industry knowledgeable person, but it looks like
maybe
it's
they charge you on the
free.
API or something, like the API use. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's a good question.
All right, and if someone actually, don't forget to click like and make sure give us some good points for these tools Gary shared. And somebody was asking where can they see the list of the tools. The best way, if you just scroll back the video and look at the tools again and make notes where you can use them. And Gary gave some good kind of pros and cons about some tools which work well for different cases. And if you want to know more about AI for Amazon sellers, Gary has really special event, which not so many people do such a big event. Let's say it's an online event for free. Okay. We could share the screen with your website. It's called the 7-Figure Seller Summit. It's loaded. And you guys, if you want to join this event for free, you will find the link below in the description. It's totally free. Of course, you can watch everything.
It's free for limited time. For limited time. So every day, all you have to do is just enter your email, tell us where to send the links. So starting from June 10th next week, you get 24 hours access to each one of these sessions. So, we talked about, what to use AI for. And also you'll get, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We're even going to talk like Chris Rawlings. He's going to walk you step by step how to make a GPT, a custom GPT. So if you're selling a kite brand, previously, you would have like an insert card. Now you can create a GPT where people can ask questions. Like, for kites, the two biggest problems, one is how do you assemble a kite? And two is how do you fly a kite in low wind conditions. So literally you can create a custom GPT that can answer your customer service questions, right? So think about this customer support, like the time savings. Like so Chris Rawlings, he's going to walk you through step by step how to do that. He's also going to walk you through step by step how to make an AI assistant to handle all of your customer emails. So you can train it so that on your customer service FAQ, and then for every single email that you get, you can have the AI assistant powered by ChatGPT draft out the email for you. So it's like 90% of the work done for you already. So it's going to be 3 days online. Day one is all about growth and scaling using AI. And then day two is all about, we're also doing, one thing that we've never done before is we're doing a live AI product design workshop with Brandon Young. Some of you guys know Brandon Young. He runs Data Dive. That's one of the listing optimization tools. Literally, we're going to combine the Data Dive with Midjourney. So in 90 minutes, he's going to walk you through. He's going to help you do real customer analysis on your competitors' listings. And then we're going to use Midjourney. We're going to show you how to create these images of your new product designs. And we're going to split test them using IntelliB. Okay, so by the time we finish the 90 minutes, you walk away knowing exactly what product design you should launch next. That could be the next, you're just one product away. That could mean like another like 6 figures to your business. I think that one is like super valuable. This is going to be Monday, June 10th, 9 p.m. Eastern, live, 90 minutes. Day two is all about marketing PPC. Day three is all about maximizing profitability. And we're not just going to talk about AI. We're also going to, help sellers, because everybody knows right now, Amazon now is not like the same land grab it was before during the pandemic, right? Now, like it's getting a lot harder. There's a lot new of the Amazon fees, right? So we're really trying to help you guys. It's not like a land grab. It's almost like a real estate development, right? Like all of the properties accounted for, you got to build like a better property that's more valuable than your competition so you can win. So we're really trying to help you guys there. So we have the free pass, Augustus. You can tell people where to get it.
Yeah, they will find the link below in the description. It's the first link you see. You sign up, provide your name and email, and Gary will keep sending you information whenever the sessions are live. And I believe you can watch them for 1 day, for 24 hours, right? And then, what is this NGO in Cambodia?
Yeah. I don't talk about this very much, but I just want to take 1 minute because we try to give back a portion of the proceeds. And I work with the orphanage in Cambodia, and I know the leader of the orphanage, Mr. Soli. In Cambodia, they have the lowest per capita doctors per person in the world, and there's an orphanage that we help support financially, and they have over 30 orphans. And it's not that the parents died necessarily, because many of the parents, they go to Thailand for work to make more money, but they send the money back home, but they're not there. So like the kids, they're not getting enough care from their extended family, so they end up in the orphanage. So we try to support them with donations so that they can buy more food and water, clean water, and clothing and books. So this is a picture of my wife and me. We went there many years ago, about I think it was 2016. So we still, keep in contact with them today. So anyways, this is kind of the good cause that we help support a portion of the proceeds. So we do have the optional upgrade if you want to get, lifetime access to all the videos, get additional upgrades, additional step-by-step guides. That's optional. And then, portion of the proceeds we give back to the orphanage to help support them.
So how much of proceeds are you giving to orphanage? Exactly?
It depends because it depends on their needs. I don't have like a set percentage, but it's based on their needs. So sometimes they need more, and sometimes so we do our best. I'll put it that way. Do our best, but right now it's there's people struggling in the world, so I try to I try to give back when I can. Yeah. Thank you for that.
All right. And thank you very much, Gary. So the link you will find below in the description. We have few questions. Warren is asking, best AI tool can you recommend for inserting a product into a lifestyle scene?
Yeah, Ecomtent is specialized for that. Ecomtent.
Okay. So Cesar Owen says, thanks, Augustus and Gary. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Seaside Owen.
Yeah, if you have additional tools in your mind which are suitable for Amazon sellers, leave them in the comment section below so that other people watching this video can also find these recommendations. All right, Gary. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Augustus, for having me. And thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you guys soon.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much, and bye-bye. And now I would like to invite you to watch other video where Chris Rawlings, whom Gary mentioned recently, is teaching us how you can use ChatGPT for your PPC campaigns, how it can be helpful. So check this out, this video, and bye-bye.